All right, welcome to Rokani Media. Liverpool 0, Chelsea 0 in the game that was played at Anfield today. First kickoff game, so much not up to the levels that we expected to play, but keeping in mind that these two sides have been really struggling sides for a very long time ever since this season started, because none of them have ever gone on a very good run ever since this one started. You wouldn't call for more. I think this is what we expect from this game of football. They are all struggling, but I believe Chelsea came out a much more better team, and Liverpool was really sad because for Chelsea, they've been losing very many games, and from that drought of really getting a win, and they got it against Crystal Palace, I think coming away at Liverpool and getting a draw with close to 11 players out of your starting 11, you can go out and really pinch on yourself and say, all right, we Chelsea fans are really jubilating and celebrating this because we deserve to be doing it, because we would have really gone ahead to lose this game of football, because last season, they lost here at Anfield. They lost, but this time around, they've collected a point and they've not even managed to lose. And secondly, they looked a better side than Liverpool. If I told you've watched this game very well. So, welcome to Rokani Media Football. How are you guys? And where are you talking and where are you watching us from? Smash the like button, comment and share. If I told you watching us for the very first time, guys, lower right bottom corner, smash the black button that has the word subscribe and hit the notification bell that will enable you get notified every time I upload a video onto your channel. Now, this was a game of football that never required any of the sides to win. I mean, this Chelsea creating in lots of chances. I believe even Liverpool had chances to kill off this game of football, but they all lacked composure. Mykhailo Mudryk lacked composure. Mohamed Salah lacked composure a little bit. Gakpo, I thought that in the first half, would have really gone in for a very exceptional dispatch, but never went in for it. In the second half, he really had a chance to really kill off the game, but he didn't. Darwin Núñez too. So it looked like the forwards of these teams really let them down, because time reached when this game opened up and the two managers said, let's go for this game, because in the 80th minute, Liverpool brought on 3 substitutes. Obviously, Chelsea did the same, and it was like an end-to-end game. Chelsea was attacking, Liverpool was attacking. We expected something to happen, but obviously it never really went in through to happen. But these two sides that have been struggling for the previous 6, 7, 8 games have really gone ahead to really give us a game to illustrate to us which side is improving and which side is really still stagnant and really deteriorating. Now, for Liverpool, they're deteriorating. Liverpool is really deteriorating. I think the cycle of them losing games is not yet to come to an end. Their cycle is really continuing to lose these games of football, and obviously they've gone ahead to not win this game of football, yet they deserve to win it because they are home, and what a way to bounce back with a win against Chelsea. You beat Chelsea. If I told you are Liverpool, it gives you hype for your next game. But you don't beat them, they come here, they get a point. For them, it's a positive because they've been losing very many games of football. And secondly, another positive for Graham Potter is the style of play. They were building that ball from the back. And worryingly, for the opponents of Chelsea, they're having very many players out. Today, Chalobah has joined the 11-man list of the injured players of Chelsea. You saw him walk out of the field of play. Now, they don't have Sterling, they don't have Pulisic, they don't have N'Golo Kante, no Eduardo Mendy, Reece Gelson, Ben Chilwell has not yet returned. Which other player? Kovacic has also joined that race. So they're having very many players that are really injured, but they went ahead to put up a style of play that really showed us that it's really great for a club known as Chelsea, as their building is really showing fruits, and Liverpool is really not showing anything positive as far as this game of football is concerned. For Graham Potter, another confidence result that really has really kept him on the job for more time of a match. The board was backing him, but you need to get results. In his previous 2 games, he has gone ahead to win one against Crystal Palace, and he has gone ahead to draw against a team known as Liverpool. So I believe and see that as a very good addition and a very good positive into the direction of Chelsea as they really go on and really get in more signs. But I believe they should get in Caicedo as soon as possible, because that midfield, Conor Gallagher never really looked up to that level, and Jorginho, because is it Bojitic that teen of Liverpool was bossing the midfield, and they never really dominated it. So it shows you that the midfield is still an area that Chelsea need to go ahead and really go on and really tamper about. So smash the like button, comment and share. Let's get into the events as they really went in through. In the 3rd minute of the game, this is what happened. Chelsea got themselves onto the score sheet. VAR said Thiago Silva was offside. Thiago Silva hits this ball. It hits the post or the lower post. And then Kai Havertz goes ahead to really hit it. But when you look at the line here, even before Kai Havertz went in for that effort, who was offside. Even Thiago Silva, by the time he was receiving that ball, he was into the offside position, meaning that that was already a goal that was 100% ruled out and couldn't count. That was in the 3rd minute. That's when a team called Chelsea had gone really ahead of Liverpool at Anfield. But obviously, that goal never stood, and they said it shouldn't stand. That is it. Now, then a man they've signed from a side known as PSV, Cody Gakpo. Salah tees up the strike into the penalty area and leans back to blast it over. Guys, I believe Cody Gakpo would have done better in this position. I see no reason as to why a shot like this, that you're just giving a half volley, goes over the bar. I believe in a player going in for another beautiful dispatch. But he really looked off. Too much pressure onto him. I don't know why. He has really put a lot of pressure on him, because he never came in here for a lot of money. That's it. He never came in here for a lot of money. That is Cody Gakpo. I expected him to go in for this dispatch, at least on target, for Kepa Arrizabalaga to save it, or to go into the back of the net, all near to be close. But even though he really took it and it went over the bar, it was nowhere near close. That was really my worry. And I said, what's wrong with Cody Gakpo in this beautiful game of football? So he really went ahead to really put that shot over the bar. But I believe he's still struggling. He needs to really fit more into this Liverpool side there. Now, in the 31st minute, look at what happened. A corner Carragher free kick is brought in. It finds a man known as Badishil. Badishil gives that a header. Obviously, Alisson goes in for save, and a player known as Gomez clears that ball from the 6 yards box area of Liverpool. So it shows you how Chelsea really got the better chances. In the footage I'm going to show you, you are going to understand that Chelsea had the better chances of the game, and Liverpool had like 1 or 2, but Chelsea had really mob, especially when Mykhailo Mudryk came on through. Mykhailo Mudryk himself had 2 big chances, and he created like 2 more big chances in the second half. So it shows you how important that was for a team known as Chelsea. And Mykhailo Mudryk has really shown us that he can really get this job done and dusted at Chelsea. And Arsenal fans will know that this was really a very good miss. Another shooting opportunity from Cody Gakpo. He was here again, and he went in for selfish effort, because Cody Gakpo here released Mohamed Salah. And you know what Salah does when he's one-on-one? Look at this player. This is Naby Keita, containing or occupying these two, meaning that Salah was going to go here. This player Badishil was going to follow Salah. When he follows Salah, obviously Cody Gakpo will do a follow-up run. Salah reaches here. He goes either for an effort at the back of the net, or does a cutback to find Naby Keita or Cody Gakpo into the 18 box area of Chelsea, and obviously it counts. So I believe some decisions made by a player called Cody Gakpo were uncalled for, especially this one. This is a selfish effort. Look at where he is. He tries to pull a trigger. You are not supposed to pull a trigger in such a position. Why pull a trigger? Go in for Mo Salah, play him in. After playing him in, make a follow-up run. Look at Naby, look at Elliott, Thiago Alcantara. This is Naby Keita, obviously Cody Gakpo. You are having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 against 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 against 5. All of the players of Liverpool that were really on these 5 players are really good at really taking off players and really maybe nutmegging them or sitting them down. I believe that would have been better, but he really looked selfish in this particular situation, all game situation. The transition really was killed off. I believe he shouldn't go in for selfish efforts, because no one is here demanding him goals at Liverpool. No one is demanding Cody Gakpo goals at Liverpool, unless otherwise it feels like he has to go ahead and really score these goals. But no one is demanding him goals at Liverpool. So let him not act like he's the most important player at the club who really needs to go out and really do this passage. I believe he would have gone ahead and to do better for the side of Liverpool, because the more selfish you become in such big games, the more you cost your team. I saw it when United was playing Crystal Palace. Rashford in the first half, he was not selfish. He releases Eriksen. Eriksen does a cutback. It finds Bruno. Bruno curls that ball into the back of the net. In the second half, Rashford comes back because he had scored in 7 consecutive games of Manchester United. He wanted to equal the record of Ruud van Nistelrooy. He goes selfish. Instead of going in for an easy pass, he wanted to go past 3-4 people. Yet he cannot really do that because that's not what he majors in. That's not his trademark. That is not his trump card. You get? And Cody Gakpo, we know him very well that he's a kind of player who every time reaches these areas, he's not selfish. He goes in for a pass to Mohamed Salah, but I don't know why it was on his head today. A lot of pressure on him. I don't know, but you guys can go into the live chat and tell me what you think about Cody Gakpo onto that area. Why did he go in for that solo effort? Yet he had really a Mohamed Salah well much placed, and Salah was spreading his hands calling for that ball because he knows that when he reaches this situation, he really does the best that everyone knows he's good at. Then even Mohamed Salah himself, he got this ball in the 37th minute and obviously missed it. He missed it. He raised his leg to hit it at the back of the net, but obviously he missed it and obviously regained possession, but outside the 18 box area, and Chelsea capitalized onto him. But he missed onto that shot, but he would have really dispatched it very well into the area that maybe would have seen a team known as Chelsea regret. But we're talking about Mohamed Salah. He never had a clear-cut chance, according to me. No chances were created for him, and it shows you how much Liverpool is going to hate to drop off, because we've known Liverpool as a high chance creating side, but they are not creating chances. You see, it's always better to be not scoring but creating chances, but it's worse not to be scoring and not be creating chances, especially for your main man who has always been here scoring goals for you. Mohamed Salah has been scoring goals for fun for Liverpool, but it looks like the art of scoring and creativity is really lacking at Liverpool. People will tell me that, Rokani, you are criticizing Liverpool, they're having very many injuries. Chelsea has more injuries than Liverpool. 11. Close to 11 or 12, because they had 11 players injured. Now, Kovacic and Chalobah have joined the list of 11 players. You get? For Liverpool, they're only having Darwin Núñez, who has returned. I no longer count him. Diogo Jota, Luis Diaz, Virgil van Dijk. Who else is injured at Liverpool? I think those are the only 3-4 players that are really injured, but the rest of the players are viable. It shows you how much Liverpool is really dropping off. Last season, even when Liverpool benched the entire starting 11, they could go ahead and beat a team like Southampton. You get? So, it shows you that there is something wrong at Liverpool that no one knows, but I believe very soon in the media it will drop and we'll be knowing what exactly is wrong at the side known as Liverpool. Smash the like button, guys, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, guys, subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Now, in the 60th minute, there was a controversial decision that maybe some of the fans would have thought that would have been a penalty, but after Silva falls backwards into the area and Keita's pass hits his hand, people would have said that maybe it's a penalty call. But how can you lie on your ground without resting your hands first to the ground? You get? Meaning that was a natural position. That was a natural position of Thiago Silva. And I think this shouldn't be something that people should go out and really even talk about, that they denied us a penalty. I think if I don't look at the game of Crystal Palace and Manchester United, the penalty of a man known as Scott McTominay could have counted because he was brought down. But this one, it's never a penalty. It's never a penalty because he's falling onto his hands and they're in the natural position, because when you're falling, that's where your hands are supposed to be. So that pass of Naby Keita was unluckily blocked by Thiago Silva's hand, and there is no way they could give him a penalty because he was really on his natural position. So I believe you understand that call, and no one is going to come out and really say that they denied us a clear chance of really going ahead to score a penalty. No. Don't even talk about that. Act like a person who really knows football. Now, I think around the 65th minute, this is what happened. They really went ahead to bring on the player that really costed a team of Chelsea 100 million euros. That is Mykhailo Mudryk. Mykhailo Mudryk's first touch really caused trouble to a man known as James Milner, 37 years of age, being played as a right back, electric, Mykhailo Mudryk. Oh my God, this boy showed what he's all about. And I believe we've all gotten to know what Mudryk is all about. He's all about flair. He's all about pace. He's all about skills. He's all about entertainment. And he's all about business. You get? I've had some people asking, why didn't he start Mudryk? Because he started Joao Felix when he really had just signed him. Let me give you an answer that best really suits this question. That for Joao Felix, their league had already resumed and they have been playing close to 18, how many games? After the World Cup, they had even played like 3-4 games. But for Mykhailo Mudryk, Shakhtar had just resumed its training. They had not even played any friendly game, meaning that it called for a player known as Mudryk not to start because he's not yet fit to play all those minutes, as most people would have loved him to go ahead and really play. But he needs to really find himself into shape. But however much he has not been playing competitive football, this game of football, he really showed us what he's all about. And I think, let me show you a little bit of what Mudryk really had to go on and do on the field of play. Now, in the 63rd minute, when they really dropped him on, see what he did. He came close, keeper to beat, and he went in for side net effort. That is a man known as Mykhailo Mudryk. So he was really vibrant, flamboyant. He looked harmful. He had the entire game into full gear, and he opened up that left attacking side of the midfield of a team known as Chelsea. That's why even they really got in a player known as Milner off the pitch, and they brought in Trent Alexander-Arnold. Trent came in through because Mudryk had costed Milner a yellow card. So 25 minutes to play, what the manager did, he said, right, let me take you off and let me bring in Trent Alexander-Arnold. And that really led to the opening up of the game, and more chances were created in this game of football. So that is Mudryk again, getting another ball from ZH. It was delivered again from the right, and Mudryk met it at the back post, but he tried to control the ball. Instead, he had a heavy touch. So that was really a very beautiful chance for Mudryk. But Mudryk went ahead to do lots of things in this game of football. He really released a player called Chukwuemeka, and Chukwuemeka couldn't score. Mudryk himself got 2 big chances, but he never converted any. But he created 2 big chances again into this game of football. It shows you how good this Mudryk guy is, and I think he's really going to go ahead and really become one of the best players that Chelsea have signed. And I think he doesn't look like he has that price onto his head, because that price has gone ahead to affect very many people's career into the league of football, because they might come out of 3 and say, all right, I was really paid for a lot of money. How can I really come up and really man up this game of football? But Mudryk really looked free, and he was expressing himself freely. Let me show you. He even went in for this. He went in for that X. You see that? For that flick. He went in for it because he knew that, all right, I have the right to do it, because who can stop me from doing what I want in this game of football? Because I believe I have earned the right to go on and really do that flick. So it shows you how free Mudryk looked into this game of football, and he went ahead to do everything that felt like he can do onto the field of play. So that is Mudryk for you, going in for that flick. And moreover, he was in the middle of the pitch. He was in the middle of the pitch. That is what Mykhailo Mudryk is all about, and that's what he really brought into this. He's electric, and I think most of us are really going to enjoy him. However much we don't support Chelsea, but there is a different vibe that Mudryk is bringing to the Premier League, and he's really going to hit the ground running. And I believe Arsenal fans who have really watched the cameos and glimpses of him today are really going to get to know that, oh my God, we missed out on a player. But the good thing is that Arsenal have signed in 2 players right now, Leandro Trossard and a player called what is his name? And a player called Jakub Kwiatkowski, coming in from Spezia, the Polish international, who plays as a left back, central defender on the left side of central defense, and he can play as a central defensive midfielder. So that is great for a side known as Chelsea. Mudryk looks like he's that signing that you won't regret why you signed him. I'm having Issa. I'm from watching Mudryk. He's electrical. Yeah, that's it. That guy is really electric. He has some good skills to him. He's really an article that just needs to be polished to really get finished. And if you ask me that he's in the right hands of the manager, Graham Potter? I say yes, because Graham Potter is one of those managers that's gone ahead really to prove to us that he can go ahead and really change the destiny of very many players of the clubs where he has. The likes of Caicedo, McAllister, Trossard, and very many others. Yefis Besuma, they've gone ahead to really show to it that they can really find the talent into these players. And he's good at improving players. To me, he's the best English coach alive. That's it. He's the best English coach alive. So the game ended 0-0 in favor of no one, but Liverpool were the most tormented side of the day. Then I'm having Black Dan. Hello, bro. How are you doing? I'm doing great. Thank you for watching in, Black Dan. Smash the like button and comment and share. Let's go to this guy's game by numbers. I'm talking about Mykhailo Mudryk, because he really had a very fantastic game. And these stats are really going to show you how good this guy looked on the day today, because most of you can really underestimate the guy, but the guy is really predominantly good. Now, he played 35 minutes. He had 100% take on, 100% tackle success, meaning that he not only goes ahead to really cause problems to the defenders that he faces, but also tracks back and wins these tackles. He made 14 passes attempted, 13 passes completed, meaning that only one pass was sloppy and went all found itself blind, but the rest of the 13 passes were really on point. Then he had 17 duels won. Have you had 7 duels won? It shows you how much really went back in the midfield, dropped deep to see to it that really fights for the ball. 4 touches in the opposite box. Obviously, we saw that very well. 4 times possessions won in this entire game. 3 tackles made, 2 take-ons completed, 1 foul won, and 1 shot. That is Mykhailo Mudryk, the new signing for a side known as Chelsea. He really did a very wonderful game of football in here for you. I'm having a man called Chiza Edison is telling me that Mudryk is good. Guys, Mudryk is good. Mudryk is good. Black Dan, I don't like him. Yeah, you might not be liking him, but the guy is good. Let's admit that Mudryk is really class. He is really super class, and he's really going to be an exciting player in what we call the Premier League. So I know Arsenal fans won't say they like the player, but you know, there are things you just have to go on and really agree with, that the player never came to us, but that doesn't deny him the quality of being good. So this is the new character I want us to embrace in the game of football, that amidst you not getting the player, or the player really snubbing you and really leaving your team and not coming to your side, that doesn't downplay his goodness, because there are players that have snubbed other teams and gone to Arsenal. You get, like Trossard. Chelsea wanted Trossard, but Trossard told them, I'm really not going to come on through and really play for you. Spurs wanted Trossard. He turned them down. But when Arsenal said, we want you, Trossard said, I'm going to Arsenal. So does that really say, that does really call in for Chelsea fans to come out and say that Trossard is really not a very good player? Trossard is a very good player. So that doesn't downplay anything of his culture and caliber from his talent. So I believe we just have to learn to embrace that spirit, that let's not hate these players, but let's admit that a player is really good. Not so. So guys, I think that message goes to Black Dan. I think he's an Arsenal supporter, and try to embrace this, because it's the way to go, and hate is so much too heavy to have within your heart. Now, the stats were as follows. Liverpool had 15 shots. Chelsea had 11. Liverpool had 3 shots on target. Chelsea had 2. It shows you how bad they all looked in the final third. They lack what we call composure. They never really concentrated. That's why you saw most of the shots go off target. Then 47% ball possession by Liverpool. Chelsea had a lion's share of the possession. This is one of the hugest wins that Graham Potter is really getting, because he was building the ball from the back, playing through the central midfield, and obviously trying to do the needful and really spread that ball wide to the Ziyechs to threaten the Robertsons, and the Mudryks to threaten the Milners and the Trent Alexander-Arnold. So that's it. Then let's go to the passes. Liverpool had 473 passes completed, 530 passes completed by Chelsea, 78% passing accuracy by Liverpool, 80% passing accuracy by Chelsea, 16 fouls by Liverpool, 9 by Chelsea, 3 yellow cards to Liverpool, 1 yellow card to Chelsea, 0 red cards were given to both sides. Then 5 offsides to a side known as Liverpool, 1 offside to Chelsea, 5 corners to Liverpool, and 5 to a side known as Liverpool. So all Chelsea. But when you look at these stats, it obviously shows you that this game had to end in a draw because no one had to compromise or really act a lot and really go ahead to create more shots on target. 3 shots on target, 2 for Chelsea. So it shows you that all the game had to end in a draw. Let's go to the table and see who is who and where everyone is. Arsenal on top of the table with 47 points, 18 games played. Man City is having 19 games played, and they're going to play one more game ahead of Arsenal today, meaning that Arsenal is going to be having 2 games in hand. They're having 42 points. If at all Man City wins today, they're going to be 2 points behind Arsenal. Arsenal is playing Manchester United tomorrow. United has played 19 games. They're having 39 points. Newcastle has played 19 games. They're having 38 points. Tottenham Hotspur have played 20 games and they're having 33 points. They have played one more game than Newcastle and Manchester United, and they're 5 points off the top 4 positions. Fulham, 20 games, 31 points. Brighton, 18 games, 30 points. Liverpool have played 19 games and they're having 29 points. Brentford have played 19 games, they're having 29 points. Chelsea has played 20 games and they're having 29 points. So you see that Chelsea is how many points off the top 4? 10 points off the top 4, and the same applies to Liverpool. And for Chelsea, it really looks worse for them because they've played one more game than Newcastle and Manchester United. But thankfully, Newcastle is playing today and Manchester United is playing tomorrow against Arsenal. They will level up to 20 games. Even Liverpool looks like they can really come out and man up something, but they are also still 9 points off the 4th spot of the Premier League, meaning that Champions League football might be hard for them to achieve. Not so? So let me go into the comments of some people in here that have really commented into this channel. I'm having Black Danny has laughed at me that he just needs to go. He wants to continue to hate on Mudryk, but there is nothing we're going to do. If I told you hate the player, all right, I know we all have enemies, but it doesn't mean that each and everything your enemy does is bad. Sometimes even a dead clock is right. So Mudryk is really a very good player. Then I'm having Issa. I'm Arsenal fan, but Mudryk is unstoppable. Yeah, thank you very much, Issa, for admitting that the guy is really unstoppable. Clifford Munambwa, hello Rokani, how are you, bro? I love you so much, bro. You are doing a great job. Keep it up, bro. Thanks, Clifford from Zambia, Lusaka. Thank you for watching again from Zambia, Lusaka. But who do you think was the man of the match in this game of football? I believe if I'm to give the man of the match, it should be either Konate or Thiago Silva. They did what they had to do to stop the attacking lines from the oppositions, because I can't single out any forward player of Chelsea that really did great, because even Mudryk was wasteful. 2 chances and he couldn't really convert any, and none of those was on target, by the way. The first one went into the in the side net, and obviously the second one he failed to control it. Yet he would have gone ahead to really get a huge control to that ball and obviously dispatch it. That is Mykhailo Mudryk. So I believe Darwin Núñez, not really. I believe on Konate or Thiago Silva. One of those is my brother, because they played very well. Konate commanded the defense of Chelsea very, very well. And obviously, a player called Thiago Silva did the same at the side of Chelsea, Konate at the side of Liverpool. So, another positive for Liverpool, they've kept a clean sheet, because they've not been keeping clean sheets, by the way. They've not been keeping clean sheets. That's it. But this is their second successful clean sheet in 2 consecutive games. Remember, they beat Wolverhampton Wanderers in the midweek by 1-0, scored by scored by Harvey Elliott that saw them qualify to the next round of the FA Cup. So guys, thank you very much for watching in through. I sign out for now. See you later. Issa, thank you for watching in. Black Dan, thank you for watching in. Chiza Edison, thank you for watching in. And Clifford Munamba from Lusaka, Zambia, thank you for watching in, guys. I sign out for now. See you later. But more news and information is really dropping onto this channel because lots of stories are really coming in through. And I'm returning with the match preview of Arsenal versus Manchester United. Obviously, you're going to get to know even my combined 11 after, maybe later in the night. I sign out for now. See you later. May the Almighty Lord bless you abundantly. Bye bye. Thank you for being a very beautiful channel, or very beautiful people for watching in. Bye bye, Black Dan.